Hi, and welcome to the 10-Minute Food Truck Training Podcast. My name is Bill Moore, founder of foodtrucktraining.group. All this week, I'm interviewing Lauren and Lori, twin sisters from Double Trouble Philly Cheesesteaks, located in the great state of Texas. I've gotten the privilege to work with these ladies over the last couple of years before they even opened their food truck. And now, 2 years later on, they are growing as a business and as a brand. Pay attention to them because you'll be hearing a whole bunch more from them in the months to come. You're at an event maybe 90 minutes early. Hour and a half early. How do you handle people that come up and they smell all that food you're cooking and they're knocking on the window going, "Hey, I want some food"? How do you handle that?
So so we do that a couple of different ways. Once we're cooking and organizing, and they come up, we say, "Look, if you stay right there, we'll take care of you. We don't wait." Now, if it's an event where they absolutely don't want you serving for a certain time, because there are some events that will do that, then we'll let them know, "Look, if you want to place your order in, when this window open, we'll have you ready to go." We just make it all about you. Tell us what you want. Hey, while you're waiting, let me give you a sample of our Philadelphia water ice. Oh my God. Or then we just talking about the menu and where we're from. And we just pull them in. Maybe something they have on will spark our attention. Maybe we'll ask, since it's football season, who are you a fan of? We get them engaged, because now, even if they did not have a taste for a Philly cheesesteak when they came to your event today, guess what? They're coming back just because they want to know what they get about to get from this truck. Yeah. Because if the people are this nice and they're disengaged, my food is going to follow.
Yeah, Lauren's really good about doing that. And there has been a couple times where people come up to the truck and say, I'm one of the vendors. I was trying to see if I can get something a little early. And they'll catch us. And then we say, well, we're getting set up now. Give us your phone number. We'll text you and tell you to come back over or something. So there's some time that they try to, we be there early and they come and think that, we already got food ready. But, it's just, Lauren is really good about engaging them. We smile a lot, even through the mask. And so we just keep them engaged and let them know that we hear them and we get together as fast as we can. And they're usually okay with that. Mm-hmm.
You know what I love about that? Because you'll see this on a lot of the other Facebook groups where the vendors will complain about people coming up early, or they'll come up late. We're already closed and they're whining about their guests coming up there. Those dudes are hungry. They want to give you money, and you're whining about them being early. Thank goodness that they're there.
Yes. No, and I tell you, and I don't know if I'm embarking on one of your questions, but on that same token, just when we're ending, it never fails, Bill, that somebody will come to that window after we're closed or after the hours are ended. So it is our practice to have 3 sandwiches, at least 3 done, because most of us are always hungry on the truck. So We'll say, if nobody come, well, we got food, we'll take it home. But 9 times out of 10, somebody will knock on the window. Y'all have anything left? I'm just getting here. We sure do. We got 3 that just came off the grill. And they are so thankful, but it never fails that somebody catches us at closing. So we always make enough for the 3 of us to take home, or somebody in our family. And if it's ready, we'll give it to them. Break it down. We can tell them what we got. We don't like to turn away our money.
Exactly. You don't want to turn away money. They came to you. You invited them there by being there. Your social media invites them, and you're going to say, "No, you're 5 minutes late. We're not serving you."
You're right. Absolutely.
No sense. It just drives me crazy when people ask, "Why are you even in the business?"
Exactly.
Tell me about somebody that you guys admire as a chef or in the food vending world, or just encouraged you to get started, if it's a family member or whatever, someone that really moved you guys forward.
So to be honest, besides the fact that our mother was a caterer in the food industry, I don't really think we had anybody until we met you. I was going to say the same. I don't. Our families are our big fans, but guess what? Our family, we can cook anything. We can be making oodles and noodles. Our family just like free food. They coming. So that wasn't an issue, right? But I promise you, in the food vending world, I never would eat off anybody's food truck, because I told you I approached a couple of them and I wasn't happy. So I never ate off of them. So until I met you, you kind of catapulted us forward. Yeah. And we had never physically got to see you. I know how long it was before we actually saw a picture of you or something on Facebook, but we talked to you, and your expertise, your knowledge, you making us think differently, because we came in automatically like, we got this. We know how to make a cheesesteak, and that's all we need to do. But then after we talked to you, we sat at this table one day and we were like, we really don't know what we think we know. And we thought, because we thought it was all just about making a sandwich and giving it. But when you made me stop and think, how much is it costing you to prepare that sandwich? What does it take? What's the size? You can't, the one thing about a food truck is that the food can be very inconsistent. You taught me that this cheesesteak needs to be the same if they come to my truck during grand opening, or if they come to my truck 3 years from now, they need to know if we're serving that 8-inch bread, that it's going to have the same amount of meat. And so you taught me how to look at that. And so I know what it takes, from the cheese to the onions, to the bread, to the meat. How much a box of meat, how many sandwiches that meat will get me. You made me think of that totally different, which gave me a whole new outlook on my business, because I just thought I was just making a cheesesteak for some people that, didn't know what a real cheesesteak tastes like.
Yes. So yeah, Bill, I have to agree with Lori. Until we started talking to you, you were like that wind beneath our wings, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
Because although my mother cater, me and Lori cooks Thanksgiving dinner. Me and Lori could throw down some soul food and cook dinner for our family or whomever, for funerals, repasts, whatever. But to be in a food vending business such as this was new for us. This was a whole untouched territory. And if it had not been for you, Bill, I don't know that we would have
been able to know how to handle it.
We might have blew Mary Kay up or some other people, but I don't know that we would have done it for like this.
Right. No, I don't think.
You guys are really kind to say all that.
Well, it's true.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it. It always amazes me when I write something or I talk to somebody and they say that's such a good idea, and it's so common to me because I've been doing it so long. It's like I don't think it's a good idea anymore.
Right. No, it's a good idea.
You guys tell me, that made so much sense. I'm like, okay. I'm surprised.
Yes, absolutely.
Tell me a pet peeve you guys have about the business, something that just really kind of gets under your skin sometimes. Not that it's a negative thing, but it just really bugs you.
It's just, a bit bugs me that that is so hard to find good help. The people's, maybe it's us that don't give proper expectations, or maybe it's the people that you get to work for, you don't have the right expectations, but finding good help and our hours, to me, is our pet peeve, because I believe that we, like everybody says, that we have the personality, we have a good product, we just don't have the hours that we want to be out there to be available. And so right now, that's really one that just drives us nuts.
So let me give you a pet peeve that I really have.
Okay.
My pet peeve would run more with state and city regulations, health department regulations. Let me give you an example. We operate out the city of Rosenberg, the city of Richmond, and Fort Bend County, none of which have commissaries. So now we have to drive 30 miles to the slum commissary, I call it, all the way in Houston to get a ticket. If you're gonna regulate that we have something, then provide it for us to get. There should be commissary in Richmond, Rosenberg area for us to get full service. We are a full-fledged business. If you're gonna have it written in your rules that you want something done, then provide it so it can get done accordingly. So that's really my pet peeve, is that here we are, legitimate businesses, state sales tax permits, fully licensed business, fully sanctioned by the health department. Yet we got to go to other counties to fulfill your regulations. It's not right. And they use it as a money pit to get money from us. And I feel like they don't respect us as a business. And it's so hard to get other food trucks to lobby and to help fight these regulations, because everybody's all about the mighty dollar. They don't understand that there are powers and numbers, and they hear people make excuses about not fighting for the rules and regulations that we are held accountable for. Tease takes me to another level in life. Well, all right. Benediction.
That's one of those you gotta go amen to, You're exactly right. The reason I wrote the book in the order that it is we start with the regulations. People quit when they read the regulations. They go, this is just too hard. I thought I could just cook a Philly cheesesteak and sell it.
That's it.
Yeah, and you can't. So that's why the book's in the order that it is. Those regulations are for you guys in Texas. It's kind of a fractured system where the state has their rules, the county has their rules, the city has their rules, and they don't really talk to each other about, does this make any sense at all? Florida makes it a lot easier as far as commissary. If your truck is equipped like your guys' truck, don't need a commissary. All you need is a legal place to pick up the water and to dump the waste.
Yeah, exactly.
Do that at an RV park, a truck stop. You can do it at any business, really. Any restaurant could, charge you $200 a month to pick up fresh water and dump the waste down their mop sink, and you're good to go.
Right.
It's so much easier here. And then last year, Florida passed a law that required the cities and the counties to not put any obstacles in the way of a food truck. So they can't add some license. Like you guys have licenses for Houston and every little city, don't you?
Yes. And guess what? Richmond and Rosenberg are in Fort Bend County, but Fort Bend County makes you get a separate one for them. So we actually have 3 to work within the 5-mile radius.
That's just craziness.
Yes,
insane.
Absolutely insane. It's a money pitch, and then they put all of this on us. I think it's ridiculous. I just don't think it makes sense. For example, every county except for Fort Bend, so Richmond, Rosenberg, want you to have a commissary ticket every 24 hours within opening. Fort Bend County says, hey, just do it once every 7 days. Really? We love the fact that we could do it once every 7 days.
Right.
But every other state that we go to right up the street now wants you to have one every 24 hours. And then the commissary gets to choose to be a cash only for commissary tickets, right? So they get to collect all of this money without even having to pay taxes on. And then my last pet peeve, Rosenberg, Richmond, Fort Bend County makes you get a letter from the commissary on their letterhead by which the commissary charges you $75 to say that you're going to use their service. Why do I need to get a letter? If I got to give you a ticket every day, you know that I'm contractual with the county.
Right, exactly.
With the commissary. But you make us get a letter for $75 and then they have a nerve to put an expiration date on it and say it's only good for a year. So they make you pay it every year. It's unbelievable.
That's why I always tell everybody, if you're going to get into the business and you need to be a part of the community, and part of that responsibility is you are getting involved in the rules and regulations. If something doesn't work, you guys are going to have it hard there because there's so many different little things.
Yes.
But at the state level, the state needs to do what Florida did and to say, nope, no more. Y'all need to be vampires for the money some other way and not suck it away from the small business owners.
Yes.
Because you're going to see, especially coming out of all the COVID stuff, more and more people are not going back to work for other people. They're starting their own small business.
Exactly.
And if they pool together and say, no more, we're not going to do the occupational licenses and occupational fees, and we're not going to do, a multiple health department license in every single city. That's just nuts.
It's nuts.
If the state says you're good enough and the state sends out inspectors, you should not have to do anything else at the city level.
So they're going to make us
find
us the commissary to buy.
Yeah. The commissary is if the truck is properly equipped, there is no reason for them to have an official commissary. All they need is a place to pick up municipal water, filtered water, and then a place to legally dump the waste.
Yeah. Just some of the regulations alone makes it impossible for people logistically to be in business, not to mention financially,
Exactly. And that's why you see so many people that do it illegally.
Yes.
People
lot.
that sell out of their homes and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, a lot.
Or they just buy a truck and don't even bother licensing it. They just wait till somebody chases them off.
Right.
And all that does is hurt everybody.
Everybody.
People say, well, I got to do what I got to do. Well, yeah, you do, but you need to do it legally.
Right.
Because if you're going to take that attitude, then you're going to be out selling drugs and shooting people next week.
Exactly.
You got to do what you got to do.
And then that, right. Absolutely.
Tomorrow we will continue with Double Trouble being comfort food specialists. I hope you all are learning from and enjoying the podcast. If you are, please consider supporting us and helping us grow. There are links in the description to help show your support, and remember, every little bit does help. Please join our Facebook group. It's called Food Truck Training, and I believe you will find it to be the best group on all of Facebook. If you need help or support or inspiration or just have a question, somebody amongst our amazing membership has got your back and they'll help you out. Thank you guys so much for listening, and I will talk to you guys tomorrow.